Hey guys, hi and welcome back. Thank you so much for coming on this series. Thank you so much for the kind of love and support y'all have been giving to this series. It genuinely means a lot to me. The reason I started this series was with a mission to change the way we see beauty in women in our country, in our society. When I say about changing the way we see beauty, the real reason is while growing up, when I entered my teenage years, I got a lot of compliments from people coming and telling me, Arzu, you're very pretty. You definitely look very beautiful. But deep down, I remember having my moments where I have been looking at a mirror and feeling like you're just not pretty enough. I remember my moment of sitting in a classroom where I would always look at other girls around me and feel like, my God, they are so much more beautiful than I am, and I just don't fit in. And I'm just not good enough. And when you feel that way, it crushes you. It genuinely crushes you. You feel like you're just good enough for nothing in life. And me feeling the way I felt after getting compliments from people that you're really pretty made me ask myself questions that why do I feel this way while there are people who are coming and telling me that you really look beautiful. And then I had my journey of going around studying psychology, going through a lot of trainings and seminars and discovering why I felt the way I felt about myself. And the real thing that I discovered out of whatever I did was that when you feel good about yourself from within, when you look for your beauty within, and when you find your inner strength inside you, you stop feeling that way about yourself because it doesn't matter how pretty you look or you don't look. Because the real reason is that you have to feel that you're pretty enough and you don't have to look pretty. And then I went on to start this interview series that's called I'm Beautiful From Within. In our last interview, we had a woman who made us all revisit our childhood again. While revisiting our childhood again, she also taught us why we should always keep the child within us alive because that's what keeps us always happy in our life. She also taught us how we can overcome all the barriers that we set for ourselves, how she couldn't speak English and she overcame that barrier in her life. And by that, we could all learn how we can overcome all the barriers that we have set in our life. Where I talk about our today's guest, she's someone who's very popular on the Indian television. She's beautiful from the outside, and she's also here to teach us why we should always believe in the beauty that comes from inside. Let's hear it from her, Avantika Hundal. Can you tell me what's inner beauty for you? What's your definition for inner beauty?
I think it's being a good human being.
Yeah.
When you're a good person, it just reflects on your face, and it reflects on the other person too. Like if I'm good to you, you will be good to me in return. That's how it should be. I don't know. It's gone a little bad here and there these days, but in the end, it's always about being a good human being because it always counts.
Yeah.
Like people might not appreciate it today or tomorrow, but it's about karma basically. I am a total believer of that. Like what goes around, it comes back around.
Yes.
So if you're a beautiful person from the inside, if you're honest, then that's the real beauty of a person.
Have you ever been in that space where you did not value yourself? If yes, how did you come out of it?
I've not really been in a space where I've not valued myself because I feel that I've always been a person who's looked at other people and learned from them. It's not that when I need something, I'm going to go up to someone and ask for an advice. If there's something happening on my mind, if there's something that's troubling me, and I see people around me and the things that they are going through, so somewhere or the other, I just pick up hints and I just feel that, okay, this is something that I should learn or this is something that I should pick up from someone.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always solved my issues.
In this industry, we met a lot of people recently, and all of them said that, being a bit insecure about yourself or that phase comes almost to everyone because once they get in that environment, you see so many people who are doing the same thing as you around you.
Yes.
So you tend to compare yourself. It happens naturally. Do you ever get in that space where you try to, feel, am I doing enough? Or is this what I'm doing?
I think it's a very good thing if people are insecure in that space.
Yeah.
And because it only pushes you to do better. If I see somebody right now, if I see any of my colleagues have a six-pack abs, I'm going to I need to go hit the gym.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, I do feel at times that okay, you've gone lazy, and I think it's time to buckle up and do something about it. So yeah, there are days.
And that's what you do to make it better. You just try to learn and become better than what you are.
Yes. And I think it's a very healthy thing. It's a very healthy competition because you're working more on yourself. And the end result is that you look good or you feel better about yourself.
You know, there are a lot of girls out there, women out there, who look up to people like you, who are on television and who are acting, to feel that is this what beautiful is. But when someone like you says that even for you, your inner strength is much more important and your inner beauty is much more important than what's on your outside. What's important for you? To feel good about yourself, or to, go in that space where you would like to brush yourself up and look better.
I think both play a very important role.
Yeah.
And they both go hand in hand. But it's not that you can count on any one of them. Like if I put on weight, okay, and I have to play a character where I need to be toned down. So I will have to work on my external features or external aspects because I have to fit in a certain character.
Yeah.
So for that purpose, I think one must always update themselves. But at the end of the day, your inner beauty is very important.
Yeah, that was for your work. That's for your profession, that you would have to look a certain way. But when you're on the outside and when you're not in the industry, but you still feel that, this is what being beautiful is. And sometimes it makes the other person who's not even here feel so down about themselves, because it's sometimes different to realize that this is their profession, they put in a lot of effort to present themselves like that on a camera. But it makes someone at sometimes go a little bit down on that.
I know, people sometimes get very depressed because of the certain way they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just don't like how they look on the outer self. And but I feel that it's beauty has, you judge people, like somebody might like long hair, somebody might like short hair.
Yeah.
People always have something to say about
yes.
people. Like, come on, I feel that Aishwarya is very beautiful, but then again you have a group of people calling her plastic or not good looking.
Yeah.
So this is just so weird.
Yeah.
So somebody could be so beautiful and there will still be people who will not like that person.
Yeah.
So all these things are not to be taken very seriously. I think especially looks are not to be taken very seriously. Everybody is beautiful in their own way, and I think everybody should respect that. Firstly, you must learn to respect yourself, protect your self-respect also, and don't let people take you for granted. You should know that where you need to draw the line, and it's when you let people take you for granted, it's like creating a lot of drama for yourself, and it's not worth it. So respect yourself enough, be confident about yourself. Being happy is mandatory. You have to be happy. You don't have to take everything so seriously. You should be happy that you're here in this world. You have so many things that other people do not have. So being happy and trying to solve the situation, I think there's nothing better than that. And the third one should be learning. I feel that every person you meet teaches you something in one way or the other. It could be directly, it could be indirectly. So if you pay attention and if you listen to people around you, you always learn from them. I'm beautiful from within.